Hello and welcome, dear friends. Welcome to another episode where I review vintage fountain pens. Today I have for you a beautiful German piston filler. And if you watch my channel, and I recommend you to watch my channel, especially the first episodes, because they contain interesting vintage fountain pens. I think you will find my first episodes to be fascinating. Of course, maybe I don't possess the quality of the actual videos, but I recommend you to watch my first videos, guys. Start with the first video with the Pelican M800 from the first year of production, 1987, 1988, and gently go in chronological order till the newest ones. I think that you will find some interesting information there. Returning to the fountain pen in this episode, it is this beautiful green one. If you watch the oldest episodes, you will see this beautiful brown one reviewed. I want to show you something. We are talking about a LAMAR fountain pen. So LAMAR, guys. I hope it gives you a little zoom. Yes, LAMAR. Interesting, made in Germany. We can see thermically imprinted on the barrel. So this was a fountain pen intended to be exported in foreign countries. Made in the 1950s, you know, the industrial boom after the Second World War. Again, the German people rising from their ashes helped a little bit with the help of the Americans with the famous Marshall Plan, but they managed to deliver in that period quite interesting industrial products, and it was quite a performance, guys, after their whole industry was bombarded by the combined forces of the Allies. Here I have a wonderful Lamar. This time it was quite difficult to tell it's a Lamar, but I've managed to find also a similar imprint. I'm not so sure that you can distinguish the imprint in this lighting, but I hope you will make an idea. So, better for me to put this here. So Lamar here to for you to have an idea on how it is spelled, and I hope I will find it because I need to have good eyes for this. The zoom on my camera is quite good, so we should find it. Okay. Maybe I can zoom even more. Okay, for me to find it. It should be thermically imprinted somewhere here, but in time it faded away. Yes, I found it. So, you can distinguish there made in Germany and Lamar. But I guess in video it shows quite. So, let me show you again. You can see that made in Germany is made with standard characters, and Lamar it has that calligraphic character. So look at the L and made, and we will distinguish the L and made right here on this barrel. And I lost it again, so maybe it is difficult to see this lighting. Guys, I've made a photo with it, and I think it's here. Maybe I can show it to you. You gotta love those shades. Look, this is an M. You can see the M. You can see made, yes, in Germany. And if I rotate it here, you can see the LAMAR. I hope you can see it. Okay, guys. Yeah, what can I tell you? I simply love this celluloid material. In comparison with the other one, we can see we have the same torpedo shape. It has gone through small, let's say, cosmetization products. Basically, it's the same design. This, it lacks the cap. You can see it should have been a cap similar to the Pelican, big. Okay, the end has the same ending, but what is interesting, if the first model, the brown model, had this fake cap, this is an integrated piston filler, and I will show it to you in a few moments. So another difference, it is the ending of the cap. Here we have this thick ring, and here we have this metallic, quite narrow ring. It unscrews, it reveals a wonderful, wonderful green window and also a green grip section. Why not let me compare it with the original LAMAR? And what is interesting, guys, is the fact that this is fitted with steel nib gold plated. It's a bock nib, if I'm not mistaken, and this has the original nib, Lamar, Iridium Point, and Germany. It is engraved on it. Another clue that this was intended for the export market is they engrave it on the of the country name Germany on the nib. The feed seems to be the same feed, ebonite feed. The grip section is the same. Again, the color of the ink bearer is different. This is blue and this is dark green. And as I told you, now we have an integrated piston filler. So no more blind cap. If I rotate this, you should see the piston moving. So I hope, yes, you can see the piston moving. It's fitted with a modern plastic feed, so not a cork feed made out of wood. This is a good thing because in time that cork feed should be replaced, not in the case with a plastic end of the piston. I love the fact that we have some matching elements. So if we have this green or this turquoise color at the grip section, we have the same turquoise color here. And again, guys, look at the wonderful shades of this green. It's simply a wonderful, wonderful pen. I have to tell you that I paid a quite nice sum of money. Look in this lighting, if we can see made in Germany right there. Guys, because because it lacks this clip here, I managed to get this wonderful celluloid at a wonderful, wonderful price. I paid for it only 100 lays, which means I paid 20.22 euros or 23.44 American dollars. So I think I got it for a more than reasonable price. I will leave the dimensions of it on the screen, and after that we will do the writing sample. For the writing sample, guys, I thought to myself that with this green with turquoise elements I will use also a similar ink Ba, pula în voi de, cu blozii voștri. Yes, so you know that I want to match the colors of the fountain pen, and on this I can use a green ink or interesting a turquoise ink. And I have here a turquoise ink, a Faber turquoise ink, but it's not just a simple Faber turquoise ink. You see here it is a dark ink. It has some drops, not too many, of the Parker Quick ink. So it will see it writes in a darker color than this color that you can see represented here on the original pack. So because I don't want to ruin it, I will see if it draws the ink. If it doesn't draw the ink, we will just dip it. I hope it will draw the ink and I can show you something interesting, guys. With your permission, I will change the angle of the camera for you to see better the writing sample. Okay. I have here the pen. Again, in this lighting, it looks marvelous. I'm not saying that the brown one isn't elegant, but when you see some colors, especially on the German models made in the 1950s, it shows that this is an export market, because back in the 1950s, the German pens were quite the same, all black with gold trims. In fact, they were the norm, the standard. And of course, if this is intended outside the German market, they went a little bit crazy and they used color. But the end product is wonderful, at least in my eyes. So guys, I have here the Faber-Castell ink. I will give it a little shake. Put it here. Okay, let's cut the bubble. Now, again, an integrated piston filler. So, turn this. It turns quite hard. So we have some resistance. It definitely needs servicing. I hope that I can manage to pull some ink when I dip it here in ink. Just put it like this. I hope that I won't have accidents. Let me try to hold it as good as I can. Okay. I have to hold it like this. I hope that it draws the ink. Okay. Now we put back the excess of the ink, and I think I have a tissue here. Yes, I have a tissue here. I will clean it. And interesting, it drew the ink. You can see, guys, this is almost full, the reservoir. Let me see if we can post it. Yes, we can post it, but I don't recommend posting it because it has this metallic ending. In time it will develop scratches, so I don't recommend posting it. I'm just putting this here. So I'm ready for the writing sample. Let me give you a little zoom and focus. We have a LAMAR, okay. This was made in Germany. Made in Germany. I already told you it was made like an export product, and one of the clues we have in thermically imprinted on the barrel, it faded away because I think it was used and treasured by its last owner, and it's in time the original imprint that was something like this, LAMAR made in Germany. It faded away. So one of the clues is here, and the other clue is the German. So LAMAR, Iridium Point, and here we have Germany. Why not? Let me try to give it a little zoom. I'm sorry in this lighting, guys. I hope you can see it. Yes, perfectly. Germany. Okay. Now, so made in Germany. I suspect it was made in the 1950s. I think that this is the first generation which had this blind cap made in the early 1950s, and this, I think it is the second generation because it has the integrated piston filler. So 1980s, 1950s, late 1950s. Okay, it has a steel nib. You saw there with the iridium point, again made in Germany. It is an open nib. It has a little problem in the sense that you can see that the feed is not aligned. Maybe we can see if we can adjust it. What I love about this fountain pen is it has the same type of nib that it will say on Pelican. So if we rotate it, we can take it out from the body. So you can see it has this rotating side of it. It is nice because you can clean it more easily using a syringe. You can clean it without using the piston. Now I'll put it back like it is. You can see I'm rotating it back. Okay, careful guys, because it will spill the ink. It's not hermetically closed. Okay, so steel nib iridium point, again made in Germany. Steel nib iridium point, again made in Germany. Now I'm ready to show you if we have some flexibility. A little bit of flex, but definitely no flex. It has a little tendency to be springy, but you can see here it can be a little bit flexible. It's typical of the steel nibs of the 1950s from Germany, guys. Try them out, even especially the gold nibs, but also the steel nibs. So this is one characteristic. I think here we distinguish a little flex. Based on this, let me show you the pressure. When we don't write with the lace, it's quite thick, and this is quite thin. Maybe we have an oblique nib. I don't know for sure. Let me do also the juicy. It seems to be a juicy nib. Yes, it is. So I can't see the line variance, so no line variance. Let me try to do a signature with it. Well, quite nice because it is a juicy nib. You can do signatures with it, and this is a nice thing. And last, let me see if I can reverse write with it. Reverse writing. Definitely no, it scratches. It wasn't designed for this purpose. So a 9. No, no way. Now I've done all the tests with it, and I can move on to tell you about the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And so guys, let me tell you, I'm quite impressed with this German fountain pen from the 1950s. Although it's not such a well-known brand, in fact I didn't find information about the LAMAR fountain pen when I did the first review of this brown piece, and certainly I didn't find much information on the internet about this brand. The only information I found it was my review on YouTube of this beautiful pen. I must tell you that this LAMAR personalized nib is just doing quite nice. It does a nice job. It has a little bit of flexibility, as you can see here, and it has that juiciness that makes of the whole fountain pen a real powerful beast. If you look now at this lighting, you can see made in Germany, yes, and LAMAR is barely distinguishable, but made in Germany is definitely out there. I must tell you guys that I love green fountain pens. I think that with this fountain pen I've made a nice purchase. I just fell in love with this beautiful celluloid, and I got it for a steal. I mean, 20 euros. My God, it's such cheap price for such a quality, and I'm glad that I added it to my collection. I want to wish you to have a nice day wherever you are, guys. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Of course, if you've enjoyed this review, please support my activity by subscribing to my YouTube channel. I thank you for all your comments. I thank you for your time. I thank you for, in general, for you that are part of my journey of discovering fountain pens. I want to wish you to stay safe. Please stay safe, guys, in this pandemic time. Please stay indoors. I want you to be safe. I want you to play with your fountain pens. This is a great time for you to write with your fountain pens. Try to improve your handwriting. It's always room for improvements, as you can see on my handwriting that needs to be rehearsed, needs to be polished to bring it to the next level. In fact, I don't have many times for calligraphy. I recently will do an episode on calligraph deep pens. I'm so excited to learn about them. They have different techniques. It appears that they are a different breed of animal in comparison with the fountain pen. I can hardly wait to test their variety of nibs, because with fountain pens we have an F, a medium, and a broad, and some little variation, obliques and italic stubs. With those deep pens, we have a much more variety of shapes, of tips, different stuff that I want to learn and I want to share with you guys. This was my review. Please stay safe there. We will see each other at the next episode. Till then, bye bye and God bless.